I was born in California in 1969, and fundamentally the state is a slum. It's a Latin American country, and immigration did that.
Right now, as you're watching this, America's biggest cities are hemorrhaging people so fast, it's breaking government budgets. I'm about to show you 5 cities where the math has stopped working, and why Tucker Carlson says what's happening is being deliberately hidden from you. He put it bluntly.
Immigration is what made California into a slum, and there's kind of no way around that.
It's a statement that's controversial, but when you see what's actually happening in LA and beyond, you'll see why it's making headlines and why most people are afraid to even say it out loud. But while these places collapse, 5 other cities are quietly becoming gold mines for anyone smart enough to see what's coming. Stay with me until the end. And look, I know you've heard the doom and gloom before, but this isn't politics. This is pure math. And the numbers I'm about to show you will change how you think about where to live, where to invest, and where to run from. Let's start with the worst and work our way down to the shocking truth. Number 5, Philadelphia. And I'm starting here because what's happening in Philly is a preview of what could easily be coming everywhere else. I mean, picture this. Nearly 3 out of 10 kids in Philadelphia live in poverty. Not struggling, actual poverty. The opioid crisis has turned entire neighborhoods into open-air drug markets. Kensington Avenue looks like a zombie apocalypse movie, and it's been that way for years. But what should terrify you, car thefts jumped 70% in 1 year. That's not a crime wave, that's societal breakdown. And get this, even though the population went up slightly, it's only because of international arrivals. Over 15,000 Americans said screw this and left. When your own citizens are fleeing faster than you can import new ones, you're not growing, you're replacing. Number 4, New York City. They're about to get a very rude awakening. NYC is staring down a $10 billion deficit by 2028.
According to New York's Governor David Patterson, the state is literally on the brink. It is facing an estimated $10 billion deficit as entitlement spending soars and revenue falls.
$10 billion. You know what that means? Massive tax hikes are coming. And they're coming fast. But the insane part, they're spending $4 billion a year just housing new arrivals, while 146,000 Americans fled the metro area last year. Think about that math. You're taxing the people who are leaving to pay for the people who are arriving. And if you're middle class in New York, you're getting crushed from both ends. Property taxes that are higher for working families than Manhattan luxury owners, and a cost of living that's pushing everyone who isn't rich or poor straight out of the city. Number 3, Chicago. The Windy City is blowing away its own future. 573 murders in 2024. That's still the highest of any major city in America. But the stat that should make your blood run cold, if you're black in Chicago, your murder rate is 20 times higher than if you're white.
Brad, Chicago police say that they've cleared nearly half the homicides this year, but that still leaves hundreds of families to grieve the loss of their loved ones without any kind of justice.
20 times, not 20%. 20 times. The police force is 1,600 officers short and burning through $293 million in overtime just to keep the lights on. Car thefts just hit a 23-year high, and carjackings are still double what they were before the pandemic. But the real killer? A $1 billion budget gap and the highest taxes in the nation. 347,000 people have fled since 2020. And the only reason that number isn't higher is because new immigrants are filling the empty apartments. This is what a death spiral looks like in real time. Number 2, San Francisco, the city where billionaires step over homeless people on their way to work. Get ready for this number. 28.4% commercial office vacancy rate. More than 1 in 4 office buildings are sitting empty. Since 2018, 156 corporate headquarters have said, goodbye, San Francisco. If commercial vacancy hits 30%, you're on the edge of a property free fall. Mark that down. The city has a $14.6 billion annual budget, billion with a B, and they can't keep human feces off the sidewalks. They're facing an $800 million deficit while spending more per homeless person than most Americans make in a year. 8,323 people counted as homeless this year, the highest per capita rate in the country. And just like everywhere else, 45,000 residents have left since 2019, replaced by international arrivals who don't know what they're walking into yet. Number 1, Los Angeles, the American dream's final resting place. 75,312 homeless people in LA County. I didn't misspeak there either. That's more than the entire population of most American cities living in tents, cars, and under bridges. This is what Tucker was talking about. How a combination of mass immigration, unchecked policy failures, and runaway costs turned California's crown jewel into what he calls a slum. It's not about blaming people. It's about seeing what happens when a system gets stretched past its limits, and nobody in power is willing to admit it. LA is the car theft capital of America. 72,000 vehicles stolen last year. That's 197 cars stolen every single day. And 106 corporate headquarters have packed up and left since 2018, taking their jobs and tax revenue with their money. The city just cut 1,700 jobs to balance a $1 billion deficit, while the rich hide in gated communities and the middle class evaporates. What you're left with is a playground for the wealthy built on the backs of people who can barely survive. Now, Tucker Carlson said something that cuts deeper than politics. We should measure the health of a country by the condition of its cities. And by that measure, our country is collapsing. Think about what he's really saying. Walk through Midtown Manhattan, Penn Station, or 6th Avenue at 49th Street. Then imagine going to Tokyo or Dubai. The difference will make you angry. Angry that we've accepted this as normal. And Tucker puts it bluntly. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Your city is a reflection of your self-respect, your patriotism. When you allow graffiti, filth, and chaos to become normal, you're announcing to the world that you've given up on yourself. In mass immigration, it's not about immigration causing crime. It's about a system stretched past its breaking point while we ignore the obvious. As Tucker says, it's not about the Constitution. It's about litter. So which city shocked you the most? Or did I miss one? Let me know in the comments. When a civilization stops caring about the basics, everything else falls apart. 10 years ago, these were all America's crown jewels. Today, they're cautionary tales. If you're thinking about investing in any of these places, you're not investing, you're gambling. And the house always wins. But while everyone's focused on the collapse, smart money is quietly moving to 5 cities that are about to explode. And if you position yourself right, you could ride the biggest wealth transfer in American history. So where is this real opportunity hiding? Dallas-Fort Worth for one. Over 100 corporate headquarters have relocated here since 2018. But by 2032, median income buyers will be priced out of 98% of homes. Get in now or get left out. Then Charlotte, 32% financial job growth since 2016. But homicide spiked 36% last year. High reward, but you better know which neighborhoods to avoid. Columbus, Intel's dropping $28 billion on new factories. This is the new Silicon Valley, but they need 50,000 affordable housing units they don't have. Supply and demand crisis equals opportunity. And Tampa, still growing, but net migration just dropped 70% year over year. Still growing, but it has slowed down. The party's ending, but there's still time to get to the bar. And then Nashville, the fastest gentrifying city in America. But only 9% of neighborhoods are affordable for families making $100,000. The music city is pricing out the musicians. Look, if this feels overwhelming, you're not alone. Most smart people never build real wealth because they're missing the psychological keys that unlock everything else. That's exactly what I break down in this video right here. If you're smart but not rich, this is probably why. And I'll show you the hidden traps keeping you stuck while others get ahead. Because if you want to win this game, you can't just outthink the news cycle. You have to outthink your own blind spots.